Pier fishing is one thing in our great state that everybody can and should really try. It's a lot of fun, very accessible, and in certain times of the year there is a lot of action.
Well, the bite starts once the dark gets here, and so the trick is getting here early. So we're here at about 4:30 just to sit on our spot for an hour and a half before the bite starts. But once they're in, the whitefish will come into the channel, and we're jigging right up against the wall. We're using Swedish pimples in like size 6 and 8. We're using Hopkins spoons, 3/4 ounce to 1 ounce. We're using laser spoons in about 3/4 ounce to 1 ounce, and just jigging right on the bottom and bring it up about a foot and let it settle. And as long as you keep bottom contact, you're gonna be right on the fish.
Tonight we are at the mouth of the Muskegon River. Now, there are 3 breakwalls here, the north, the south, and then this smaller pier that juts out in between the 2 bigger piers, and it is right on the channel, which is where the whitefish are as they make their way up to spawn. Now, my buddy Russ Gable told me about it, so I was here tonight with him and a couple of his buddies to see what this short run of fish is really all about.
Usually it's 2 to 4 weeks or so, and it started about November 15. It really picked up during Thanksgiving, so it should be good for about another week or so, maybe first week of December, I think.
Now, you snagging lots of fish too?
You know, you are. I think we've been averaging 12 to 15 fish, and about half of them are mouth hooked. So you got to throw the snagged ones back. DNR's really tight on that, and they should be.
Now, part of the interesting story here is that the fact that many of these fish are foul hooked, and we will get into that more in a bit. But as the sun began to drop, the fish were starting to hit.
So that's what they look like, eh?
That's what they look like.
Yeah, that one was good. All right. First one of the night.
Yep, first one. Oh, this guy down here's got one now.
There we go.
Yeah, they're working. They're coming in.
Work, boys.
Yeah. Looks good.
Nice fish.
We'll take that.
First one of the night.
Thank you. Hope the rest of the night goes that good.
Oh, there's a nice hook right there. There's the mouth.
Yep, right in the mouth. Yeah.
I'll show you, that one was foul hooked.
This one was?
Yep, the hook's already out of it, but I'll show you the gash that leaves in them. This one's not, it's not a horrible gash, whoops, but a lot of them die when they get, see that right there?
Oh, yeah. So they might change that? Is that what I heard somebody saying?
That's what somebody was saying down the thing, that they're gonna drop the limit to 6 and pretty much let you do what you want, I guess.
Huh.
It'd be interesting.
Now, the rumor on the pier is that the DNR was thinking about changing the regulations out here, so I contacted them after this trip. Well, from what the folks I talked with, what they said, that is not the plan, and most likely it will not be the plan because legalizing snagging is not something the DNR wants to do.
It's about how many you think are snagged versus caught legal?
It's hard to say.
Hard to say.
I try not to keep my jigging slow and easy.
Okay.
And you don't snag as many, but there's so many fish down there sometimes.
Gotcha.
You can't help but snag them.
Now, with the sheer amount of fish, it does seem hard not to snag them, even if you're not trying. Now, the DNR does patrol this area quite closely, but it is pretty crowded out here, to say the least.
It will be shoulder to shoulder for the whole length of this boardwalk here. So it's, I mean, I have a fisherman every 3 foot pretty much. And the thing is, when you get to the salmon fishing and it's like combat fishing, people are jerky. But out here, people have been really cool. They're dropping rods to net each other's fish, and everyone seems to get along great. I love it. It's a good family place too. There's a lot of kids and parents bringing them out here. It's a simple kind of fishing. There's no bait. So it's just a real nice, it's a nice environment. I dig it.
It is a good time out here, especially on a night like tonight when it's not in the single digits. This kind of fishing can be brutal when the wind is really blowing, but tonight it was pretty manageable.
Catch them in the mouth, though. Yeah. Otherwise, you can't keep them, you know? Well, that's all right. Hey, good job, dude. Hey, all we got to do is let them go, and then you're all right.
And this way you don't have to clean them either. Got one there, Russ?
Yep. I just picked it up off the bottom, and there it was.
Think he bet?
I can't tell.
Okay.
Yeah, we got our ace net man on the job.
Yep.
Well, he does it for a living.
Boys.
That's not quite in the mouth.
No.
It's more like the corner of the mouth.
I thought I saw a slide in there.
So you say about half of them, Russ?
I'd say, yeah, it's about 50% of the fish that we hook up are foul hooked and we have to throw them back. Yep, that one gets to go back.
All right.
Now, Russ runs an outdoor ministry which is in part aimed at getting kids into the outdoors. And tonight, two of his guys were with us, Chase and Austin. Both are pretty avid fishermen and were doing well tonight. Now, we'd be throwing many of the fish back tonight, and that was the norm for all around us. Most guys wouldn't even keep a fish with hook marks on its side, even if they did hook it in the mouth for fear of getting a ticket.
Well, at least you got landed one, eh?
It's cool fish,
Yeah.
though.
Getting the skunk out of the box.
They fight really well.
Yeah, especially in the foul hook.
Yep, pretty fish, man, strong.
Many of the guys here would love to see a regulation change, which would allow them to keep the first 6 or so fish that they catch. However, that would, in essence, legalize snagging, and that is not going to happen, even if that does make some sense. After talking with a fish biologist, he assured me that the overall population of whitefish is not going to be affected by hook and line fishermen, and that even though some of these snagged fish will die, they will not hurt the overall population. It is amazing at just how many fish there must be in this fall run, since the anglers here were only fishing the first 2 or 3 feet of the channel. What a night on the pier.
Nice gun. There we go.
Jigging for whitefish after dark. There are a handful of piers where this type of fishing happens every year, and by the looks of it, the locals know just when it's going to happen. It was a fun night, and lots of good folks to help net a fish if you need it. If any regulations do change, we will let you know. The natural resources we have here in Michigan are pretty special, and our pier anglers, well, they show us that it's accessible to anyone willing to take a small walk.